Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Churches of Central Alabama, which include this congregation of Tuscaloosa and our sister congregation in Birmingham and our folks online. We are led by Julie Conradi. I am Mary Weeks, this morning's worship associate. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are today and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. To all here this morning, welcome home. The prelude prepares us for worship. As the world shifts beneath us, we seek steadiness, an unwavering support for community, the principled guidance of wise teaching, the faithful turning of the seasons. We seek within ourselves and in one another a devotion to all that is true, all that is just, all that is beautiful. We gather here to reground ourselves and to reorient toward our heart's calling. With resolute and compassionate hearts, let us worship together. In the spirit of inclusivity, please welcome your neighbors. Please stand as you're willing and able for hymn number 163 in the hardback gray hymnal. Our church is supported by all those who call our church home and by those who support the efforts of our church to change our world for the better. If this is your first time here, please let the plate pass. We're just glad you're here. We share our cash plate every Sunday with organizations whose work reflects UU values to care for marginalized persons, advocate for real and systemic change, defend our environment, and promote justice and equity for all. Today's Split the Plate organization is with Black Warrior Riverkeeper. I look at my hand and think of our hearts. I love you. Thank you for these gifts. Meditation reading. The strength of water. The strength of water takes on many, many forms, just as each of you has a unique and necessary strength that you bring to our community and to the work of love. Take a moment now to drop down into the deep wellspring of your own spirit and bathe yourself in the strength that is the groundwater of your person. Are you a roaring fall, wearing rock away with sheer force of will? Are you a tiny drop of water in a crevice, breaking it open slowly, steadily? Are you buoyant, like a great salt lake practiced at holding others aloft? Are you tenacious, like the mountain stream finding your way down and around every obstacle you face? Are you still and calm, like the pond at daybreak, offering radiant peace by your shores? Do you soothe, like the steam rising from a cup of tea? Do you soften and smooth the edges like a creeping fog? Do you clear away distraction like a cleansing rain? Do you roll with the ebb and flow like the ocean waves? Settle your mind upon the strength, the power that is yours. Draw that strength into your heart. Draw it up into your soul. As we gather together, the many waters of this community, we need each other. We need each of your power, each of your resilience, each of your love to make us whole. Let us take a moment of silence. Amen and blessed be. Do we have a story for all ages? Are we doing that today? Okay, joys and concerns. We gather in loving community And we remember that we do not travel alone. We share our lives as we light candles and hold each other in meditative thought and reverence. We invite you to come forward, give us your name, and light a candle from the common flame to share any joys or concerns that may be on your heart. You may also light a candle in silence.
My name's Monty, and I have both a concern and a joy. My concern is about Maya. I know that she's suffering from some health issues. It's something that she has under control, but it's probably why she's not here. And in addition to that, she's under a lot of stress with trying to work down in Greene County with trying to keep this newspaper alive. And I will probably be talking to some of you individually about that effort. My joy is that Maya has started a series called The Next Chapter of the Black Belt Roots Festival Interview with Teresa Atkins. There's a woman named Teresa Atkins that's going to carry it on with the Black Belt Roots Festival. I wish that Anna were here because she was very concerned because last year our UU church here in Tuscaloosa and in Birmingham, we got together and it was our most successful joint venture was to the Black Belt Roots Festival last year. And it was the 50-year anniversary. I have that t-shirt on for the 50-year anniversary. And now there's going to be a 51st year. So that's wonderful. And the lady on the right in this photograph, I have copies of the newspaper in the other room there for you, works with Maya. She runs the office in the Democrat and is one of the leaders with the festival. And so my concern again for Maya, wish she were here. I'll be talking with her to see how she's doing. And my joy is that she's got this series going and we're going to have a festival.
Good morning. My name is Mary Reese Freeman, and I can't reach the candle. There we go. I'm just lighting a candle for everyone here, part of this community of this congregation, and how much we all care about each other and the earth and what's going on in our world. You just answer such a light for me every Sunday, and as the work that we all do. And thanks for your music, Ken.
I'll light one final candle for any joys or concerns that remain on our hearts. Let's light it. May the white light of these flames bring us all peace. I guess we're going to skip a story for all ages. Ah, excellent.
I'm Sharon. This book also has a Spanish version, and I'm not going to even begin to pronounce those, so I'm just going to stick with English because I'm very ignorant on how to speak Spanish. This one is called Wonder Walkers. It's a beautiful cover. And I want to say real quick, Ken, I cannot believe that you played Summertime Sadness. That just blew me away. That was beautiful. That's one of Isabella's favorite songs.
I know.
Hey.
That's why I played.
Wonderwalk? Sure. Is the sun the world's light bulb? Is fog the river's blanket? I just love this art in this book. Do mountains have bones? Are forests the mountain's fur? I wonder. Me too. Are trees the sky's legs? Are branches trees' arms? I would say yes. Is dirt the world's skin? Are roots the plant's toes? Do caves have mouths? I love caves. I used to explore them with the group. I love them. Are shells the shore's necklace? Is the ocean the world's bath? Are rivers the earth's veins? Is the wind the world breathing? Is rain the day's tears? Is the moon the world's nightlight? I wonder. Me too. Certainly a sweet way to look at the world.
Good morning. I'm Jim Colby. As some of you know, I've lived right beside the Black Warrior River my entire life since 1958 when my parents moved me there. And I was born in Washington, D.C. This past December, or 5 years ago, let's say, I was invited to be a member of the board of directors of Black Warrior Riverkeeper Incorporated, and they're headquartered up in Birmingham. I had served in a volunteer role with them for several years before that, and they thought that I had a little bit of knowledge about the river that might come in handy someday. And so I served a 4-year term on the board of directors and rotated off at the end of this past December. And I'm happy to say that while I was on the board, we did hire Katie as a young intern, and she has moved up into the ranks of being a full-time staff member, representing Riverkeeper all across our watershed. The Black Warrior River watershed is the largest in the state, and Alabama has more miles of navigable waterways than any other state in the continental U.S. And I don't want to steal too much of Katie's fire. Go, but the one thing that I just absolutely love about Black Warrior Riverkeeper, if you look closely at the Native Americans profile there, if you look closely, what looks like his hairline and hair decorations, that's a pretty representative map of the entire Black Warrior River watershed. Like I said, it covers 17 counties. Most people don't realize they think the Black Warrior River goes from Nucor Steel to downtown Tuscaloosa, and that's it. So, at any rate, by way of introduction, in 2023, Katie joined Black Warrior Riverkeeper staff as outreach coordinator. In 2026, as program coordinator, Katie leads the Geographic Information System MAP and responds to community members who report pollution, assists our water quality monitoring, publishes our newsletters, and represents the organizations at cleanups and other public events. So without further ado. You've got 2 or 3 hours, please.
Well, hi all. Thank you so much for having me. So I'm going to tell you all a bit about the river, the issues facing it, our organization, and what we do. But I'll start out just by talking a little bit about myself. So my name's Katie Holmes. I've lived in Birmingham since 2019, and I didn't actually grow up in Alabama. I grew up in Maryland, but my family history is very much in Alabama. I've got generations of my ancestors buried across the watershed. So I feel very connected to the Black Warrior River. I feel very connected to Tuscaloosa and the watershed as a whole. Black Warrior Riverkeeper. We are an organization that is under the Waterkeeper Alliance. We work to restore, protect, conserve the Black Warrior River and its tributaries, which altogether, as Jim mentioned on the logo, you could kind of see what the watershed looks like. We're that blue one up at the very top. And from top to bottom, it's about 300 miles long. So it's a pretty big watershed. And we're part of the Waterkeeper Alliance, which is an international organization. I think there are over 300 members at this point, and they do water conservation around the world. And we also have Waterkeepers Alabama. So we work with Cahaba River Coalition, Mobile Bay Keeper, Chattahoochee Riverkeeper, Coosa Riverkeeper, among others, Friends of Hurricane Creek here in Tuscaloosa. And we all work together to protect our watersheds across the state. And you'll also notice that these kind of white patches where there isn't anybody, we need river keepers for these areas. We don't have a river keeper. So if you know anybody. A bit about our staff. So we have 6 full-time staff members. I'm our program coordinator, so I kind of wear a lot of hats. I do a lot of mapping, data mapping. I come to events, I do presentations like this. And I also respond when people call us up and say, hey, there is something gross in the creek behind my house and I'm concerned about it. Can you come take a look and tell me what's going on? So our other staff members, we have Nelson, who's our river keeper. And that's not just the name of the organization, it's actually a position. So as our river keeper, he goes out on his patrol boat and he goes across the watershed to investigate issues. We have Eva, who's our staff attorney. We do litigate when we deal with pollution. So, we will always try to meet the polluter at the table and come up with a resolution. But if that doesn't work, we will sue. Johnny's our staff scientist, and he runs our ambient water quality monitoring program. So he goes out every single month and takes samples across the watershed and then publishes that data so people can see it. Mary Ellen Murray is our engagement coordinator. She, like me, started as an AmeriCorps member with Black Warrior Riverkeeper and has come on staff full time, and we are so glad for it. She runs our cleanup program. And then Charles is our executive director. And we are just about, this year in September, it'll be our 25th year as an organization. Do unto those downstream as you would have those upstream do unto you, is what we like to say. So here's just a more involved map of our watershed. We call it the footprint because it kind of does look like a big foot. So up at the top, you got the Mulberry, Locust Forks, Sipsey Forks. They connect, here in Tuscaloosa. Eventually that runs down to Demopolis, connects with the Tom Bigby River, and eventually that will flow out into Mobile Bay. It's a very diverse watershed. Just to give you some examples, Turkeyfoot Creek in the Sipsey Fork in Winston County, so kind of big sweeping waterfalls and rock structures, geologic formations. The Locust Fork up in Blount County, Black Warrior River right downstream of Tuscaloosa. As you get further south into Hale County, you get the Bald Cypress and Tupelo Gum Swamp, and the chalk banks along the river, just upstream of Demopolis. And the Black Warrior River watershed is home to many different species. Alabama is actually the top state in the country for freshwater biodiversity. So we've got fish, turtles, mussels, snails, more species than any other state collectively. And that includes 146 species of fish, 36 species of mussels, 15 turtle species, and 33 crayfish species, some of which are threatened or endangered. And additionally, the watershed is home to 1 million people. Some of our species of priority endangered. Black warrior water dog. Kind of looks like if you've ever seen an axolotl. It's a salamander, but their gills stay on the outside their entire lives. And the watercress darter and vermilion darters are found in the Birmingham area. They are only found in the Black Warrior River watershed. They're really beautiful. They're almost kind of tropical looking, despite the fact that they're in these freshwater rivers and streams. And they're absolutely tiny. They're like this big. And because they are endangered, it's a $40,000 fine if you accidentally step on one, so be careful. Flattened musk turtle, that's another one of our unique turtle species. Again, very tiny little guy. Hard to find, all the more concern for protecting them just because they are so itty-bitty and vulnerable. And here's just a news clipping of when the Black Warrior water dog gained federal protection in 2018. Other elements of the river, lots of recreation, lots of fishing, people who love to do all kinds of stuff on the river. But then you'll notice here on this far right photo is a gentleman who's fishing just downstream of the Valley Creek wastewater treatment plant. And when this photo was taken, he had no idea that he was fishing near wastewater discharge. And so we say, even if you never visit the river may visit you. The Black Warrior River Basin provides drinking water for a number of cities, including Birmingham. The basin also provides water to Tuscaloosa, cities like Jasper, Aniana, Coleman. So issues in the river. Lots of industry along the Black Warrior River. Here's our river keeper in a tributary, a creek up in Birmingham near a metal plate galvanizing facility. And you can see that stream's not supposed to be that color. That's heavy metal contamination. So that's something we look for a lot, we test for a lot, and unfortunately we get a lot of reports of. Wastewater, that's a big one too. 85 wastewater treatment plants with permits allowing discharge. By the end of the year, it may go up to 86 or 87. And so sewage is a concern because obviously, you hope that the wastewater is properly treated before it's being put back into the water system. That's not always the case. As I mentioned, we do sue polluters sometimes. So actually, we sued the city of Tuscaloosa for chronic sewage leaks. And we were able to settle with them in the past year. So they have made the commitment to invest in better infrastructure to prevent sewage leaks. Because at the time of the lawsuit, it had been millions of gallons between, I think, 2015 and 2023. Trash. Trash is what I spend the majority of my time dealing with. It is a huge problem, especially in Birmingham, especially in places like Valley Creek. I mean, every time there's a big rain event, it just, awash with trash. But good news is that trash is something that is non-political. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants it in their neighborhood. So it's much easier than some of the other issues to get people involved and community members to care about stuff like this. Because once you treat the river and the watershed as an extension of your own backyard or even your own living room, you don't want garbage in your living room, right? Storm drains are not trash cans. They discharge directly into our local streams. Every time a cup gets thrown out a window and somebody thinks, oh, it's just a single cup, it doesn't matter, it will wash into the stream and eventually I will be there picking it up. Coal ash and the electrical plant. This is Miller Steam Plant on the Locust Fork in Jefferson County. It has the honor of for 10 years now, it is the largest single carbon dioxide emitter in our country, like the largest single source, and which in and of itself is an issue. But also these facilities produce something called coal ash, which is the toxic waste that remains after coal is burned. And it's very high concentrations of heavy metals. It's radioactive. It has radioisotopes in it. And when it leaches out of these facilities, it just keeps contaminating the water. So that's a big priority of ours, is cleaning up coal ash and getting the state to clean up coal ash. Connected to heavy metals. Because of heavy metal contamination, not everywhere in the river is safe to fish, unfortunately. So we, along with the rest of Waterkeepers Alabama, work on an Alabama Fish Consumption Advisory Hotline, so people can call up and make sure that where they're fishing is safe. We also put signage out on some of these points so people know if there is heavy mercury contamination in an area, that either they shouldn't fish there or they should only fish a certain amount in order to stay safe. So this is exciting. This is the recently discovered Birmingham darter, which was found just outside of Birmingham, kind of in the Bessemer area. But one of our big issues, as I mentioned before, is protecting these endangered species. But this one isn't even endangered yet. It hasn't been listed. We've made the request of the federal government to expedite the process and list the Birmingham darter as endangered so it can be protected. But on average, this takes about a decade. So it's going to take some time. And our concern with this fish in particular is there is a data center in Bessemer that is being built directly on its habitat. And I'm sure some of you have heard about data centers before. It is a hot button issue right now. And in addition to our concerns about the species there, we're also concerned about the water consumption that these mega hyperscale facilities will use. And in fact, it's been reported, at least at this one in Bessemer, that the Warrior River Water Authority, who's the drinking water authority, they've come right out and said, we don't have the infrastructure yet to support this facility and the people who need drinking water. So that's something we're also keeping an eye on, and that it seems like everywhere in the country is dealing with data centers right now. And in fact, there's a proposal potentially, we're not totally sure, but it seems like it, for one in Brookwood. So we're keeping an eye on that. So in summary, the big issues: industrial pollution, protecting our endangered species, mitigating trash. But the good news is that there are ways to help protect the watershed. And we really rely on our volunteers and people who call us up and just let us know what's going on. Because we're a staff of 6, we can't be everywhere all at once. So we rely on our friends and allies to let us know what's happening. We also have an internship program. We always bring in a new crop of interns every semester, and we're really grateful for them. And if you know anybody who would like to do something similar, please reach out to us. We always are looking for young people or all people really, but especially, if you're a young college student who wants to break out and do something in the environmental sphere, we want to help with that. And just a little bit about our impact in 2025, we removed over 23,000 pounds of trash from the watershed. And our cleanup program in its entirety, it's over 100,000 pounds at this point. So we're making a dent in it. And we have fun taking about it. But thank you so much for having me. And I don't know if anyone has any questions or anything, but feel free to ask. Yes.
Okay, so I live in Greene County, so Portland has a power plant.
Mhm.
Is that based on what they use for?
The Forkland Power Plant?
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure. It's not one of the big three steam-fired plants, but
Serves democracy in that area with electricity. And so anyway, what I showed you a photograph of my old puppy at the Blackboard River in Greene County. And so just downriver from there is where the plant is. And I see coal barges going by regularly. And so that's why I asked the question.
yeah, then I would imagine it probably is. I'm sorry, I'm not sure about that specific facility.
Is there someone that our church can talk to you about, ways that we can get involved? Because we have, kind of an organization with a community dinner show where, we can bring recycling and other ways that we can help. I said, we have a group of us already involved in a committee in our church. And we're looking for more ways that we can get involved with environmental, things that are going on in our community.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm your girl, so anything you want to do, just let me know.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do they get rid of that waste from when you said the coal ash?
So there are a number of ways that they can handle it. In our mind, the most ideal way, if there's going to be a way to get rid of it, is to put it into a lined pit so it's not going to leach into the groundwater. But unfortunately, a lot of it is put into unlined pits, so it leaches right back into the groundwater.
Let's use your microphone because this is.
Let's put the questions on the microphone.
Can we just,
I'll run around with the mic. Who's next? I didn't know where to go.
Susan wants to.
How do we get on your newsletter?
We have a subscription link on our website, or I can just take your email address and add you to it. I should have brought like a piece of paper.
That's great. And what all is in your newsletter?
So we send out our opportunities, like our volunteer opportunities and events, and also our partners events across the watershed. And then we also send out like a little bit of an update of what we've been up to for the past month. And it's just one email a month. We won't spam you.
How much do you have any people in the government who have any authority who actually have recognized the need for us to do something about the water?
That's a great question. I also, as part of my job, I go down to the State House and I talk to legislators and I try to get people involved and engaged in these issues. And from what I've found, and I'm just speaking like personally, anecdotally, is a lot of times I go into these meetings and they have no idea what I'm talking about. They've never heard of this issue. It's the first time it's been brought to their attention. But the good news is that if I'm the first person who talks to them about it, they might be more inclined to do something. But we have some like allies in the state government and folks who do prioritize this stuff, but it is an uphill battle sometimes.
Of course, the emphasis, as indicated by the name, is on the Black Warrior River. But let me ask you this: how many people here have a little bitty ditch that runs past their house? How many people? I know several people in here have small creeks on their property. That's part, every drop of water that falls in Tuscaloosa County, literally, no matter where you live, our storm water right here that drains down to the parking lot goes into Lake Tuscaloosa. Lake Tuscaloosa is dammed up of North River. North River flows into the Black Warrior River. So literally, if you see a small creek somewhere that somebody's sewage is discharging into the creek, if you happen to know that there's different water life in your creek, frogs, minnows, anything, and you see all of a sudden dead ones, I mean, you can call Black Warrior Riverkeeper and they will send somebody to find out why there's a problem on your property. And then they will investigate it, find out where it's coming from. They have the resources to contact county health departments. Above the county health department, you got Alabama Department of Environment, ADEM, and believe me, the people at ADEM and the people at Black Warrior Riverkeeper really know each other really well, and I won't say that it's I won't say it's a good relationship because every time that Black Warrior River keeper contacts them, there's a problem somewhere, and ADEM is notorious for allowing permits and not monitoring them, especially. And there's been many lawsuits against ADEM and industry. When Black Warrior Riverkeeper sues the mines, the coal mines, or any other pollution source, I do want to point out, and this has been a thing of mine for a number of years, is that we're not there. And when I say we, I'm still a part of Black Warrior Riverkeeper as a council advisory. We're not there to close businesses, to take away jobs, or anything else. All these industries have permits issued by ADEM that says they have a permit to discharge into the river, and those permits specify the amount of toxic materials, et cetera, that can be discharged. And if they exceed those permits, then we can take action either by a nice letter to the company saying, "Hey, we've received a complaint," and if they ignore us, then it just climbs up the ladder of action. Thank you. And eventually, if they don't clean up their act, then Black Warrior Riverkeeper, there's almost always somebody, a lawsuit or two or three that's active in the system. I mean, they don't get resolved overnight or in months. I mean, 2 or 3 years to go through the court system and appeals and all of that. But Black Warrior Riverkeeper and the rest of the water keepers in Alabama are at the forefront of keeping our water clean.
Thank you. Let me interject just for a minute. So we have a lot of questions for you, if I may. Can you stay a little bit for coffee hour? And we could get all these questions. You can talk with Katie and get some questions answered about this. So Katie, thank you so much. Okay, stand as you're willing and able for hymn number 1074. And it's got a lot going on in it, right? Ah. Listen to Steve. We've done it before, but it's been a while.
Give Steve the microphone.
Oh, my goodness. That hymn is worth learning. We should have like a special session of practicing and learning that hymn. It's an awesome hymn.
There's a YouTube video of Barry Belafonte singing this with the Muppet. It's a good way to learn.
Announcements. Any from the floor? Deb.
Next Sunday, I believe it's the first Sunday of the month, so the Green Sanctuary group will be meeting.
Okay. Anybody up? Mary.
We're not quite ready yet for treats,
Okay.
so do a few more questions.
Well, we still have announcements. Oh, Susan has an announcement. Oh,
Folks working on the bulletin boards will meet at 11:30 for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So we'll be back in the back room. Give you time to get some coffee and join us. Thank you.
Jim.
I didn't hear you say what's going to be in 30 minutes. The bulletin board meeting. Okay.
Microphone goes to Crystal.
Just a reminder that the board meeting is at 4:00 this afternoon here, and all members are welcome to sit in on it.
And Wednesday night, right, is our dinner out together at Billy's at 6 p.m. So I hope that all will come to join us. That's Billy's in Northport.
Thank you. Who else? Thank you, Crystal. Extinguishing the chalice. In honor of the legacy of our ancestors, let us carry the flame forward as we extinguish the chalice. Love our earth. Take action to consume less. Use less energy. Respect water. And be a cooperative, collaborative, and creative community like the moss and mushrooms. Our children's lives depend on it. So much fun playing music with this guy. The service has ended. Please join us for coffee and conversation, and Katie is available for some more questions. And thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Everybody go in peace.